Imagine you're managing not just one router, but 10, 50, or even hundreds of them. Now imagine every user account and password has to be created, updated, and deleted on each router individually. That quickly becomes a nightmare. This is exactly the problem that Radius, or Remote Authentication Dial-In User Service, was designed to solve. Instead of storing usernames and passwords on every router, Radius keeps all user credentials in one centralized server. Here's how it works. When a user tries to log in to a router, the router doesn't check the password itself. Instead, it sends the login request to the Radius server. The server verifies the credentials and simply replies with either access accepted or access denied. The router never needs to store the user's password. This may seem like a small difference, but it provides huge advantages. First, centralized management. Need to reset a user's password? You only update it once on the Radius server. Need to disable an employee's account? Again, one change instantly affects every router connected to that server. No more logging into dozens of devices just to manage users. Second, scalability. Imagine your company opens a new branch. Without Radius, you have to manually create every user account on the new router. With Radius, simply connect the router to the existing Radius server, and every authorized user can immediately authenticate using the same credentials. No duplicate accounts, no extra configuration. Third, better security. Since credentials aren't stored on every router, there's less sensitive information exposed across your network. Authentication policies, password rules, and even multi-factor authentication can all be managed centrally. If one router is compromised, your user database isn't sitting inside that device. And finally, accounting and logging. Radius doesn't just authenticate users, it can also record who logged in, when they connected, how long they stayed connected, and even how much data they used. This makes troubleshooting, monitoring, and auditing much easier, especially in enterprise environments and internet service providers. So, should you still store credentials directly on your routers? If you only have one small router at home, that's perfectly fine. But once you're managing multiple routers, multiple locations, or hundreds of users, a centralized Radius server saves time, improves security, and makes your entire network much easier to manage. That's why Radius has been the industry standard for authentication in enterprise networks, ISPs, and large Wi-Fi deployments for decades. One server, one set of credentials, unlimited routers. And that's exactly why Radius is the smarter choice.